us here. There we go, English. Skadoodle, the grenade man for this side, for Cloud9, and Fallen is the grenade man for his team. No P2 fiddies for Cloud9. There's a pop flash starting off the proceedings, and that is all the information found. Taco with very patient headshots and sees the bomb. Shroud in squeaky door. Taco repositioning, but Stewie's on shot. There are 3 Ts. All the Ts remain are here on the A bomb site. Fallen getting shots in the head, but the Glock's too far away for the one shot. He'll get finished off. There's a flank coming towards Squeaky by Phelps. I presume the door is open indeed. The door is open. Stewie coming up short, facing the CT player by the car. Now Phelps is in a 1 versus 2. He has a defuse kit. Let's get himself a 1 versus 1. Needs to keep an eye on where Skadoodle is, but I think he's backing off into Skadoodle's position. And the jaws will be won by the North American side versus the South American side.
Great presence of mind from Cloud9 in that 2v2 to just quickly double peek the player coming in from CT. See, even though Phelps was on that flank, he was just half a second too late to get the kill on Skadoodle, and very well played from Cloud9 in that situation. And we see Escape on a force buy, actually with some utility, 2 flashes and a smoke. Fallen with that P250, no armor, wants to have enough money for the AWP in the first gun round. Cloud9 on the other hand, 4 SMGs making their way towards A, probably going to use the Molotov to clear out the close corners.
Forklift is always an issue on these A pushes, and first showing why. And there is also a place you want to have a Molotov in to force players away from that position. And that's on any round, not just an anti-eco. If you are executing into A, Forklift is going to be a problem for you if you allow it to be.
And Cloud9 showing why utility is key in anti-force buy rounds. You can see even though Fur got a kill, he was a bit of a pest. Even though SK also had a player in MBK, with those 2 Molotovs for quad, MBK, Molotov for Forklift, they clear out all the close corners. You can throw a smoke for highway if you want, then you only need to worry about heaven basically and close angles in the bomb site. You can even throw another Molotov to get rid of those close angles in the bomb site, or you can simply pop flash and keep your spacing tight so you get the trade kills. Very well executed once again from Cloud9. Starting off really strong.
This is a boost that we used to see from SK a very long time ago. Common boost to avoid sprays through the middle area.
It's not just that, it's also sometimes in these rounds the Ts boost the player on T-red, basically the container inside of middle. And that way he can see the legs if someone walks up and plays a close angle. So with that boost you avoid being spotted, and you know that may be an element of surprise that you can use to your advantage. But the first gun round coming in fairly quickly. You can see that AWP on Fallen, the rest of the team on M4s, but not a lot of utility to work with.
Yeah, this is the first map I did wonder about CT force buys after losing the pistol, because I don't think this is a very good situation on Cash, but I'm sure SK are prepared for this round based on what they have. So we'll see if they can make any relevant adjustments. Phelps playing in the checkers area. He's got Cold with him as well. Cold's got 1 flashbang. With the current setup they have, he can't really flash for his teammate. But again, if he was in Phelps' position and Cold was closest to the vent, then there's a pop flash that can be had for a peek. But anyway, Phelps playing around the corner of the smoke. That's a common position, that we've seen recently at the very least from the CT side. Again, there's an infamous round from Rops of Mousesports from that position. So Cloud9 executing grenades into B, and they will draw 3 players there. And now, this would suggest a B split, would it not, Yanko?
Yes, those are the smokes to use to take mid control close. I mean, but nowadays, with the level of mind games, you can do so many different things. People use that as bait as well. But this will end up as being a B fake.
So it's a double fake then?
Yep.
But a different, normally you see The fake on the other site after, but it's a double fake towards the B bomb site, and Taco is alone, but he's got a really nice smoke down on the corner of the site, and that's so hard to deal with for the T, so at least it buys some time. Shroud and Skadoodle with a combined 6 HP. Fur has all the advantages. Shroud from 5 to 2 HP, and he'll get finished off. Skadoodle is nowhere near. He's still peaking, but he's got 1 HP, man. He's got 1 HP.
That was a very cool idea from Cloud9. It's very difficult to execute because with the amount of fakes you're doing, your utility needs to be used perfectly, and your players, you need to basically put them in a position to throw that utility, right? That's why they didn't have anyone in A main, because, you know, coming out of Squeak, you're gonna make a sound cue. It's pretty difficult. So producer Patrick, this actually might be something we can do.
On the iPad?
On the iPad, yeah. Round number 4, if you'd like.
Let's do it. That was that was a cool round. And you don't often see a round as elaborate as that from Cloud9, which tells me that they respect their opponents. And again, it's one of their toughest opponents in North America.
It's also,
I hate it when that happens.
It's also good to see them, you know, changing their play style in general, right? That's something that you would not see before from Cloud9. Such an elaborate strategy.
It's really annoying when you throw a grenade on that corner and it just goes straight back at you, especially when it's a Molotov. It's so annoying. But there we go, sometimes it happens. SK win the first buy round, and they're a man to the good at the moment. Skadoodle with his gun from the previous round. Bomb was defused, so despite surviving, he'll still get his loss bonus. Yeah, Cold Zero in the same position. Not sure if this has been revealed just yet, but it has certainly been so now. 3 CTs towards B, but I don't know if anybody's in a position to flash for him, or even has a flash. So Cole's just been left in this box for the time being, and it seems C9 know he's a threat as well as Cold Zero. So he will expect them to try and duel him, but they're going to focus on the site instead, taking a gamble at Cloud9. It might just pay off for them, or maybe not. For coming out, Cold Zero finally gets put to rest, and Shroud, he'll be the last man in front of the B bomb site. So I like the decision from C9 to just leave Cold there, but in the end, SK take the round.
That must be so frustrating for nothing, trying to sneak his way, cannot find the player in the bomb site, but you really need to give props to SK for having confidence in each other. Phelps just, you know, counting on his teammates, watching his back, and he was just playing to stay alive. So very well executed from SK. I think that's something where it's obvious the benefit that they have of being in a gaming house, because that level of communication, I'm not sure you would be able to do it if you're not actually sitting next to each other, you know, saying like, just stay alive on this side of the box and covering the other side. And
yeah, and you can look at your teammate's screen as well, and then you have the confidence in the situation. And comms are going to be less crazy. Cloud9 charging into the A site. The CTs are playing retake for this round, but Phelps, he wants just to take everything. A fast flank from him. Bomb's being planted in an exposed position, and that may have been a mistake, because everybody's getting cleaned up now, leaving Stu2K and Squeaky versus a full SK roster. No insta-trade from Fur. In fact, Stu's got a chance to do some more damage. Goes for a wide peek, but Fur's ready for it. No plant, 1 kill. And that leaves Cloud9's money in a terrible place.
And that was an actual forced buy from Cloud9. It wasn't like a half buy. Them leaving some money in the bank for this round. And you can see the power of playing for retake on the A bomb site, right? Not having anyone in the site, you don't lose players to that initial execute. And once the smokes actually clear, that the T's throw to execute that strategy, there really isn't that much left for them to work with. And it's not that difficult for the CTs to execute the retake properly. Would have been almost a flawless round for SK.
Fallen, with their repeat, he does. But the more time he spends here, the closer the CTs are going to get. But there we go, he's got support, so he ends up being the bait if the T's wanted to play the close advantage. Wipeouts, SK, they're making a lot of money in these rounds. And we see the cash on them is $6,000 to $9,000, so that's pretty good. Bearing in mind, no one needs to buy a gun in this round. 2 AWPs now for the Brazilian side, one of which I would assume has been taken from Skadoodle in a previous round. SK now in the lead after Cloud9 take the pistol and the the anti-rounds. So now the question is, when are Cloud9 going to win a buy round? Again, we've seen some elaborate strats from them early, but wasn't enough to take things over the line. Shroud moving towards the squeaky position, and there seems to be a focus towards A here for Cloud9. Nothing is lurking towards B though. SK players playing on the sites. No boost coming in. There's the standard stuff from Nothing. There's the kind of pop flash I was talking about previously. You don't see that often enough on the B bomb side, I have to say, in Counter-Strike in general. Stewie is being picked off, as has Nothing. There's a flank coming in though on these CT players, but I'm sure they're aware of their positions and what is lacking at the moment. Fallen playing close to E-Box. Taco by Forklift, but now their attention will be pulled between mid and the squeaky door by Shroud. The bomb's in the middle area as well, but the flank is coming in from Felt. Fallen taken down on the A site, so things getting difficult now for the SK side. Fur, subject to a Molotov, and he will be traded after taking Shroud9 down. Shroud9, I said it as well.
No!
2-on-2 retake for the CTs. Let's move on swiftly.
comes in as well.
Let's move on swiftly. Felt's in A main. Could have had a two-man spray down, but he won't get either player. Cold now, how do you avoid the 1v1? He's blind, he can't do it. Cloud9 get their first buy round.
That's a bad miss, James.
That's a bad miss.
How did that turn into a round win for Cloud9 after it was 3-5?
I think Fallen getting picked off, exposed to the middle area. Standing in a place he couldn't really. And then Fur was stuck by Forklift.
The body spam. Oh, he gets it. He gets it. You love to see it, James. You love to see it.
Not bad if you can get it. Perfect timing from Mr. Stewie2K. Another one for the YouTubes. And SK, their money could get quickly depleted because that's not how you want to start a round of cash. And I bet Fallen's furious about that one.
Well, they managed to win a 3v5 in the previous round. Let's see if they'll close out a 5v3. You can see them grouping up immediately towards the A bomb side, mostly towards A main, and they will get the kill on Taco, who was the sole player anchoring the bomb side. Now they just need to make sure they don't get picked off by Cold Zera, and the round will probably be theirs. I want to say though, in that previous round, when SK was in a 5v3 situation, you can see how methodically they take control of A main. When that is what they want to go for, they use a decent amount of resources to execute it properly. So double flash into A main, 2 players clear it out. Fallen, who flashed in for them, also uses his incendiary in front of Squeaky in case someone wants to react very quickly and try to shoot those players in the back. And also they have a very good read, you know, after let's say 20 or 30 seconds, they had a great read on how Cloud9 was executing their default. They realized there was only one player outside B trying to get control of checkers. Pop flash comes in from Cold for Phelps, easy kill, and a 5v3 situation. Unfortunately, they did not end up winning the round. And Cloud9, now with 2 consecutive rounds, they actually break the bank of SK and force them to go on an eco. Or, I mean, Taco dropped the AWP on Fallen, but he spent all of his money. The rest of the team still has some money left for the next round. If they indeed decide to buy, they probably will. Taco will just play with a UMP or a pistol.
Love the confidence from Fallen. And I also love it when CTs push mid, when they know the Ts have sprayed all their bullets and they're trying to catch them on the reload. But Nothing has worked for SK in this round, despite their best efforts. The AWP's gone. The smoke push on the reload didn't work out, and it's Cold versus 5.
SK probably a bit frustrated. 2 rounds in a row, they lose a player to a spam through smoke. But Cloud9 doing a very good job of winning rounds when they get an advantage, right? That when they have problems, it's actually when they lose players early to the aggression of SK. So if they can somehow manage to combat that, to get the entry kill instead of giving away one, as we saw in that previous round, things will look much better for them. And this might be another good opportunity for them, since the buy for SK is not optimal. You can see Taco only on a CZ. No AWP for Fallen either. Cold Zero forced to play with a FAMAS. So definitely a good opportunity for Cloud9 to keep the momentum. keep the ball rolling, James.
All the way down the hill. There's a squeaky push being set up for SK. And it's going to work. Well, at least it will get a kill. 4v4. You tell me if you think that's to their advantage. But that might slow down the pace of Cloud9, and it seems there might be an extra man rotating on the CT side. They don't have vision of mid at the moment, so they're going on an expedition, going to find out what's what. And they may bank on the fact that Cloud9 will be slow towards A, because the trade did come in for the CT side. Indeed, Automatic is towards the squeaky door. Everybody else playing passive for now, but starting to move away from the B bomb site where there are 2 SK players. A 1-1-2 set up for the remainder of the Brazilian side. Bomb heading towards squeaky as well. But the Molotov into the vent might suggest that somebody is outside the B bomb sites looking to kill a player being flushed out. That player is Phelps. But it's for on the A side to try and hold things down. He's going to dink nothing, but he's still alive. 3-on-3. Fallen, moving up short. He's trying to hold on to this while his team make their way towards car. That smoke will allow him to reposition. Looking for a flank. He has to assume somebody's by forklift. Indeed, he's pre-firing his angle there, but he can be behind the block on the right-hand side. And that Molotov will tell a story that there's probably nobody there, but it's never a guarantee in Counter-Strike. Did he see Stewie in squeaky? He's got teammates in tow as they try to attack from 2 directions. Nothing. Skidoo taken down quickly. Stewie takes on the low player with some nice taps, but he's got a crossfire now of the CTs. Tries to merge through the choke point, but it won't be enough. SK take their 5th round. We'll see if they rescue the AWP. They will. Let's see where their money is. It's not great, but 2 players can drop.
Unfortunate for Cloud9, they couldn't get better positions for that after plant. It was very, they had basically no opportunity to set up a crossfire. All 3 players towards the same side, pretty much 2 towards quad, 1 in squeaky. And it's very difficult to hold off the retake in that situation.
Skadoodle, did he get a sound cue? Or is this just
no way.
Business as usual? Nice angle. You don't often see that when somebody's looking for that smoke. Just holding, hugging the side of the wall.
I always feel like I can't see that player. Even if I know a player is there, I feel like I still can't see him.
Feels dangerous
Skadoodle
as well.
doesn't have that problem though.
Indeed, he doesn't. And again, it's a 1-1-2 setup from SK in the 4-on-4.
And as I said, Cloud9 has been really good at these situations. Like when they get a man advantage, they've been really good at using that and winning the round.
Let's see how they deal with the forklift position. Nothing spots Taco. I don't know if there's a smoke around the towards the car position. There isn't, so there was a lot less places for the CTs to hide there. And indeed, I think it's safe territory because it's reset territory. And now Phelps trapped behind the sandbags. That was an awkward spot once he fell down. And that leaves Cold with a French gun as Cloud9 extend their round lead to 2 once more.
You never want to be left with those, James.
With the French guns.
Yeah.
I just sent 4 people to Paris today to do some esports work. On a side note, so they'll be seeing some FAMASs. The army carry the FAMAS around France at all the train stations.
Well, someone has to.
It's funny, if you look at a factory new FAMAS, just a plain FAMAS in the game, and it looks like it has wear. Like this, it has this wavy thing which looks like wear and tear, and that's literally how they look in real life. Because you'd think if it was factory new, right, it'll just be like perfect or something, but it has that wavy wear. I don't know what it is or what it signifies, but it's there. No, I have not. Strad's got a good spawn. He's got a good spawn to cut someone off going to the short box, looking for it. He might have spotted somebody going towards sandbags.
SK do decide to force up again off of that saved AWP on Cold. And it also makes sense from an economical standpoint, because if they lose this round, they can eco the next, and then for the last round of the half, they will have another buy. But things do not start off well for them. Skadoodle, 2nd round in a row, finds an entry kill for his team. And also good to see Cloud9 switching his positions. You can see how Cold Zero was looking for that dual with him in A main. Instead, Skadul is on the boost, gets the kill on Fallen.
Fallen tried to get out of sandbags before he was exploited, and now he'll be a martyr, lying in the middle of mid. If he goes for a peek, he needs to pick his time wisely. Maybe if there is an attack coming in towards the A site, he can try to kill a split. The Molotov might not help though, but Cold Zero will not wait. Going through the fire to get that kill. What did Cloud9 do with that? They're all heading towards the A site now. It's Stewie's turn in Squeaky, the rest in main, but the rotation is here. SK have read it well, and they've got 3 players on the A bomb site. Cold Zero with the secondary angle. That's a great headshot onto Skadul as well. He's done his job with the 3K. 2-1-2 on the A site, not for long though. Leaving Phelps alone with the pistol and the bomb at his feet. He's looking for a weapon, but he can't find one. He needs to play close with Stewie, but he is dinking him, I think. There's 9 seconds left, and Phelps with a wide peak. He can move pretty fast with that PC50, and his aim was on point. Saves the round and the AWP for his team.
A very, very difficult situation for Stewie, since he didn't have a lot of time to work with. He basically had to run, but if he runs towards Phelps, Phelps has the advantage and can just pre-fire him pretty much. What was the problem in that round for Cloud9, James?
For Cloud9, at the end?
What was different from the times when they had the 5v4 before?
I can't remember.
I'll tell you later. But right now we have some action towards the middle area. Fur trading 1-for-1. Not terrible considering his position and equipment. 4v4 situation favors the T's. We have Cold Zero in Z connector. Will he find a kill here as Automatic is creeping up highway? Back to you, Jay.
I know, I was giving it the, you know, we're allowed to have some quiet, so it's fine, it's fine.
Just checking we didn't fall asleep or something.
2 CTs left. I was going to start talking about Cold in connector and if he was going to push and get a kill on highway again.
Sure you were.
But there's Mr. Yanko.
Sure you were. So James, the problem for Cloud9 in that previous round was the following thing. Before, whenever they would get...
Was as follows. That's how you would say it in English.
Sorry James, I don't really speak English.
I know, that's why I'm helping you by telling you how you'd say it in English.
By interrupting me mid-sentence.
You had to know right then and there. Please continue. So the problem for Cloud9...
In the middle of my top-notch analysis.
So the problem for Cloud9...
The problem was before when they would get a man advantage early, they would just group up fairly quickly, use their utility, but you know, not overuse it, just use the numbers, brute force their way in, get the trade kills, secure the bomb site, win the round. This time around, they did get the entry kill, but they were still being spread out. Stewie was trying to sneak his way through mid towards highway, and they were getting picked off by Cold. And then when they actually went towards the A bomb site, it was a little bit too late. Cold Zero was already in position with the AWP, and you can see, you could see that their coordination was also slightly off because there was a molly coming in for quad, but the players already started running in before that even bloomed, and that allowed Cold Zero to get 2 extra kills.
In the later stages of this half, Cloud9 have done a good job of keeping SK off the weaponry that they use so well. Again, the AWP has been lacking. That is as close as AWP shots get. Phelps trying to be sneaky in the corner, but taking one straight in the face. It's not a great start for a round where SK only have pistols for the most part. Cold just pushing the corner of the smoke, faster than nothing. And there's no one to collect that AK because SK are rotating towards the A site and making it work of these pistols. Taco relocating to the lights and then jumping off down to Squeaky. The 5-7 doing some work maiming but not claiming a life. And again, Cold Zero around the smokes with his own rendition of a Stewie push. But Shroud smells rats and Rat will be exterminated. 15 kills for Shroud, leading the charge on Cloud9, leading the server as well in the kills. So that's a 9-6, a solid half from Cloud9.
Absolutely. Great recovery from them. Despite winning the pistol round, SK was getting control of that first half early on, but Cloud9 did a great job of battling their aggression. You know, they didn't throw their own aggression towards SK's way, but they just were pretty patient and did manage to punish SK for their aggressive play. And as we mentioned earlier, they did a good job after that initial advantage to close out rounds.
I'm deliberately leaving silence here, Yanko, just in case.
I know, James.
In case you weren't sure.
You're thinking of what to say. It's not easy. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm sure it will come to you.
3 CTs towards A. Taco's pretty close. He's showing his back to Stewie and still manages to kill him. USP collected as well.
He killed him with a fart, James.
Fallen still has all his grenades, but I mean, it's a 2 versus 5, so he cares about grenades at this point. Skadoodle and Shroud. Well, maybe those grenades will come in handy. Where is Fallen? I can't see where he is, but if they smoke this area between the box and the wall, that would make life a lot more difficult. But then so do flashbangs. Code Zero taken down. There's one more flash, which is avoided. That smoke is still in play, but I think it's too late to use it. Lovely one tap from Shroud. He's got himself 2 kills so far, as has Skadoodle. Taco with a lot to do. Trying to keep the 1 versus 1s, but that won't work out for him either.
Wow.
And it looks like SK are going to lose the pistol.
That was so painful for SK. It's like first flash works great from Fallen, but Skadoodle just blind 1-taps, gets the kill. Second flash, Fallen actually blinds his teammates. Skadoodle gets that kill as well. Or was it Shroud? One of the 2 Cloud9 players. And then in a 2v2 situation, they're just able to get the kill on Fallen, and they can guess that the last player is in quad. So great round from Shroud. Yet again, he's having a great game so far for Cloud9. Both him and Skadoodle, who have been receiving a lot of criticism lately. But we have a full on A execute, James.
Yeah, it looks like we have a faster short
And it's
smoke.
over. It's over, James.
It pretty much is,
It's all
yeah.
over.
Can we see the map, please? The main map, Mr. Observer. Okay, yeah, so it is a short smoke. I haven't seen it done with the jump throw from there before. Can Connor please draw a line on the map between the box and the wall on A? The white box. Just a bit. No, the other one, lower.
Highway.
No. That's not a box. No. On A, we'll see where it says A. There's a white box, right? Between there and the wall.
Oh, okay.
Just below A. Just below the A. No, that's the E box. Come on, you're trolling me. You are trolling me.
It's in the red area.
He's trolling me.
In the red area.
Yeah, literally below where it says A, there is a white box. Okay, to the wall. He is okay. The second one. What is this? Honestly, Dan, can you draw a line, please? Dan is standing behind him. Dan knows what I'm talking about.
Dan is trolling.
We don't pay him for
right
this.
now.
Anyway, the box to the wall, right? That I think in the pistol round, it was too awkward for Fallen to. I mean, if that was his intention, yeah, to throw the smoke there when he's already in main, because he could get shot throwing the smoke. But if you look at a lot of North American teams, especially on buy rounds, they'll put a smoke there post plant, and it's really hard for the CTs to push. On the one hand, it lets the CTs get closer to the site, but on the other hand, it's very unfavorable for the CTs to try and push through that smoke, just as it is Ts go through the NBK smoke, if you will, to get to the A site. They just get absolutely wrecked. But we will never know what might have happened had that smoke gone down. Enough about smokes. It's about pistols in this round for SK, so maybe they will get wrecked again. Not as fast as the previous round, where they had a plan towards A with the short smoke, etc. I like that jump throw short smoke, because I think there are ways to use that. If you can use a short smoke to force somebody, let's say, to rotate towards A through connector, and if you can use 1 or 2 more pieces of utility to get a plant for shorts, then you can flank later on. This is like for eco rounds. I like to go for a short plant and have somebody flanking through mid to defend the bomb once that smoke disappears, because the smoke encourages the CTs to move out of the middle area, because they can't be useful for their team once the push comes in towards A. But anyway,
It depends, like how much utility you want to use, or do you want to leave some for the after plan situation. Also, how confident are you in your lurker that he will be able to hit good timing, because if he is not able to do so, then, or if he dies, then the players who are inside maybe don't have a favorable position to defend that plant.
Fur needs to die. There are 8 seconds. He's like, oh my god, I need to die. And at this point, yes, they're hiding. Yes, they're like, screw you, Fur. You can run around. We're not going to find you until there's no time left, and you're going to die instantly. Boom. No money for Fur. Something terrible has happened. 21-50. you don't see that often enough. Presence of mind. He's in a place where he can do no harm. He can't plant the bomb.
I agree.
Let's let him die by timeout and ruin the money for the opponents.
Sometimes actually it's even worth for you to die and him to get that kill if your teammate is going to trade after the time runs out. Because you're just going to ruin their economy for the following round. You can see that Fallen is actually the one who in the end has to pay for it because he drops the AK over to Fur and plays with the Tech9 himself.
Marvelous. Cloud9 now with double the score of SK, and they've put themselves in a much better position to win this round by disabling some of the SK players with that timeout kill. Great stuff. So from Stewie's position, you can crouch and that line on the box. If you line up your smoke with that, it will land perfectly for a mid-smoke, a CT mid-smoke. What isn't perfect for Cloud9 though is the loss of Stewie 2K. Very explosive player who seems more disciplined in this game as he might need to be against such a strong opponent. Automatic took him a few bullets to get that kill. It's almost M4A4 spray pattern. Helps tapping, but it can be quite difficult to get that tap in the headshot position. 3-on-3, however. CT's trying to figure out what's going on, and maybe nothing has just found out. It's a late rotation. Shroud still hasn't left at the B bomb site, so Skudil has a lot to do. Ooh. That might just be the end of it. 11 HP. You feel like he gets that kill 19 times out of 20. Moving up to the high ground. I do wonder what would happen if he jumped off. With 11 HP. But there we go, SK. Despite starting with a Tech9 and a Galil, they make it work.
And in that round, you can see from Stewie's POV, it is very difficult to just solo op mid because you need to worry about multiple angles, especially when they go for a coordinated take like that. You can't just hold a passive angle towards the white box, towards highway, because you know, if they pop flash, you're gonna die. You might get the kill on the player who's going towards vents, but what if a player is just from boost pushing up? You know, you can get punished by that as well. And you can see how when he jumps on the box, because he's worried about those angles, worried about the player coming at him from boost hugging the wall, he just gets punished by the guy who was actually wide peeking towards vents. And even though Automatic had good adjustment to push Squeaky, he just took too much damage getting that kill.
Oh dear.
And was traded by Taco.
I was going to say SK were off to a great start. They took an AWP in the previous round. Of course, they survived with 3 players, so they got considerable upgrades. But then there is an early pick for Stewie. And it seems he has a read that only one person would be in the squeaky door. So he's positioned himself there to take his opponents by surprise, perhaps later on. But what will the focus for the remainder of Cloud9 be? Automatic playing close under the boost position in mid. 2 players playing deep in the B bomb site. So it seems they're just going to wait for SK to play their game and try to not give up any cheap kills, any easy frags. SK, sub 1 minute, taking their time. But starting to get moving. We've got Skuddoodle in a dynamic position where he can offer support for mid and the A bomb site. Automatic with the off angle. But how does he get past said position when there's no smoke in the middle area? Can be difficult and indeed fall in trades. But it's a 2 versus 4. And SK don't have time to be waiting. Coles left to peek into the B bomb site. Molotov on default will move one of the players around, but still no one's being exposed. I'm sure he hears a player in that direction, but he won't expect nothing. Second player on the site, just 1 kill for SK in this round. Reset, and you have to favor Cloud9 now. If you didn't before, not only is the score massive, but the economic reset is there, and SK's options are very, very limited. Like someone in solitary confinement, there's only so much they can do.
That kill on Taco was actually pretty huge through Squeaky Door because of the nature of SK's default, right? They are super spread around the map. You can see how Fallen had to take a more passive angle. He was worried about someone pushing after that kill, and SK just couldn't find a good solution in that 4v5 situation. They go back to the 4-spy though.
That flash going to be way too deep, unfortunately for Automatic. Fortunately for the SK side, though, they will get a gun for a brief second. Nothing coming out and taking everything away. Stewie close. Will he try to stop a bomb plant? It's a 3 versus 2. Oh, wait, the bomb is down in the middle area. So many advantages for C9, but Stewie gets taken down at a close range. And that might be another AK to be collected, or a rifle of some description for the T side. Taco has given his team the 2v1, but still, it's Skadoodle who is holding the bomb. The question for him is, as time continues to tick, his position gets more and more compromised. Smoked out of his position and jumping around, not expecting Fur towards the car. And SK steal around. That is definitely a stolen round. Now the money's starting to get low for Cloud9. That was really a round they shouldn't have lost, and it's put them in a precarious situation. SK are 5 rounds behind. That's not so much.
Yeah, but they still have a sizable lead. I think this is a good call from Cloud9 to go for a half buy, not spend all of their money so they can still full buy the next round. And now Stewie gets a taste of his own medicine, getting spammed through the smoke. And we talked in the first half about how Cloud9 did a good job of playing with advantages. SK is probably one of the best team in the world at doing exactly that. So considering the buy from Cloud9, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to find a way back into this round. They need to basically take some sort of a risk, whether that's going to be trying to clear an area of the map or simply gamble and stack a bomb site. It seems like stack and gamble is their decision. That can definitely pay off. Worst case scenario, they gamble the wrong bomb site and they can still save their armor, kit, the UMPs even if they like, or they can play for exit kills and try to upgrade to AKs.
SK are not afraid to burn the clock. But again, sometimes that can be your enemy. If you don't do enough investigation and you head in the wrong direction, bomb carry gets taken down, then problems can be had. Cloud9 position, so they're not exposed to the middle area. But indeed, the bomb seems to be headed towards B. 24 seconds as SK start to breach the B bomb sites. But again, nobody's there, so we'll see what Cloud9 choose to do once all is said and done, and if SK will hunt them if they think there is more economical impact to be done, especially if this buy has come in from Cloud9. Let's see. So Cloud9 actually on the move. Phelps crouches, they won't see him, but it might be too late for that. Indeed, it seems Cloud9 are at risk of being wiped out. SK hunting them, heading towards the A sites. Automatic playing the off angle over the windshield. There we go. It seems Cloud9 will get some nice monetary bonuses and also some rifle upgrades. This round has been generous to them. There you go. Press E to win. 5 rounds is turned to 4. Now let's see what Cloud9 do with what they have. 3 players surviving. They've got money to drop rifles around this. There we go. Automatic dropping the AWP for Skadoodle. So they'll buy around what they have, which is a good decision. Skadoodle with a forward spawn. Again, we've seen him go towards mid and look into T warehouse early with rifle support. And it might be that. Nope, he's going towards the white box and one of the various angles there. It is a rare strat. I mean, obviously, you're going to be vulnerable to almost inevitable flashbangs with those strats, but you do see it from time to time. They're not the only team who do it. 2-1-2 set up for the CTs. And again, nothing's in position to be flashed in by Shroud. And it seems they might do that. Let's see if nothing will creep closer. There is something to be said for just playing off angles as well. Just being in weird positions so you don't get pre-fired. Fox has a video about that on YouTube, on Cash specifically.
In a situation like this, you wonder SK throwing that early utility towards B is probably to bait out some of Cloud9's utility, which would suggest that they do plan to end up going to the B bomb site. Now, all of this might just be a fake, a mind game to make Cloud9 think that when SK actually wants to end the round on the A bomb site. As we see now, they have mid control. They are on the flank up highway.
Look at all these smokes on the A site. And it seems perhaps they were showing some presence there because they've quickly darted around to the B bomb site. Like Taco's on a late rotation. Where's the push coming in from SK though? There's a counter flash for the CTs and the cavalry's charging in, but the trade's going in both directions. Shroud in this position has not been checked just yet. Can't get the kill onto Fallen, but he will onto Fur, and that's put SK in a nasty spot. Shroud buying time for his team as he gets taken down. Taco's flank will be cancelled by Stewie, and it's Cloud9 who take the round, extend to 5, and move to 14 rounds. Great position to close things out eventually, but SK, mostly north of $4,000, have got money to buy, and they will.
That was actually a good round from SK. It's a sort of a floating round where they can mid-round make a decision where they want to end. Do they want to go B or do they want to finish the round on A? It was great play from the C9 player who was actually running in through the smoke in CT, rushing in. That drew attention away from Shroud and he was able to secure the round eventually for Cloud9.
Well, that's a good start for the T's, and it might be reset territory once again. And I don't know if Cloud9 can survive it. 3 super fast frags for the T team, and they've got themselves some upgrades. AWP stolen again. Nothing, trying to maybe move in towards CT. Got to be careful if he does that. There is a close wall that some people like to go to, but it's susceptible to wall banks. This is really weird because nothing's got a kit. Oh my god. Oh my god, he's going to do it. There's no one anywhere close to the A bomb site. They've all run for the hunt and nothing's just going to steal the round for match point if he can find the bomb. Indeed he can. And there's no one with an angle. Can Fer get there in time? Oh, you hate to see it happen, Yanko. You don't see it happen very often these days.
Especially not to a team like SK. What was that?
Nothing has some kind of read. Either that or because, you know, he started moving back towards the car position after considering going to CT. So I think either he had the inkling that they were looking around and hunting already and maybe had abandoned the site, or his teammate elsewhere, who was still alive, had heard some sounds and went for it. But there we go. That is a collapse of a round for SK. A false sense of security. Let's see if Cloud9 can close it out. It seems so. Automatic on the charge very early with a 2K in the middle area. Unanswered frag. Down to 5 HP. He's got a teammate in to re-smoke as well. So Cloud9 in a very good position now in what could be the last round of the first game. Again, the second one will be Cobblestone. Cloud9 not going to waste around either. And that might be a smart thing. Boosting automatic might be eventually killed if he stays in that position with all of 5 HP. And that's the bomb down as well. So it's going to be a dominant last round. Everybody getting taken out. 16-9 for Cloud9. And I think it's fair to say that that was a pretty massive game from them.